Hello, my friends, families, and colleagues. I will send one article to comment about, and in the article there was also mention of now this new developing pandemic in Texas, United States, and I believe New Mexico, affected some 200 cases of measles, outbreak in measles, or it used to be known as rubella. And we have now this new health czar in the United States, Robert F. Kennedy, and he was running on the idea of no COVID vaccination. Now, when it comes to health, it's really not important how much medical knowledge the individual has when he's representing a medical field, because I explained that the medical knowledge we are given in medical school is siphoned through Rockefeller Foundation, which is the Kabbalah. Well, matter of fact, the whole popular science is siphoned through it, which means it's tweaked, it's adjusted to certain narrative that will promote distortion. And no matter if you finish medical school or not, if you are car mechanic, knowledge about virus will be about the same. No matter what you say, it is going to be wrong. Because what we are being told in biology, when we study medicine, or we used to study medicine, because it's getting worse and worse in time. We are told that virus is a single strain of ribonucleic acid, which cannot reproduce, because you need pair, you need DNA, not RNA. And it will infiltrate a cell of a host and kidnap its RNA to create its DNA, which is impossibility no matter how you look at it. It cannot be done. It's a baloney idea, but somehow through indoctrination, you are told that by someone that deserves respect, like professor. Well, he must know. And this is how we go through school anyway. So, from running around and being very vocal about that vaccines are causing damage. Well, no. I said only COVID vaccine. The other vaccines are good. They are beneficial, they are necessary. It's the COVID vaccine that... And this is why now, when we have this supposing a break, and why I'm saying supposing, because I will explain. Now all of a sudden, same Robert F. Kennedy is saying, we gotta vaccinate. Amen. Okay, now, we are talking here about so-called, what do they call it? Morbivirus, virus. Doesn't matter what name you put to it. If it's virus, it's fake. What do we know about all so-called viruses? They are patented. So if it's patented, it's not natural. And on the other hand, since it is impossibility to take RNA of something and replicate it onto RNA of something else. And needless to say, to make the combination, to produce the same RNA as came. It's impossibility. If you take Y and X put them together, you will get Y and X. You will not get only Y or only X. You get Y and X. Plus, we are completely forgetting about vibration, about frequency. So, when we are talking about this rubella or measles, what do we know about it? Well, you get fever first. What is fever? Fever is body's reaction towards increased toxicity of the blood. Okay, so you have a toxin in the blood. Then, if these toxins are not being expelled out through the blood cleansing organ, primary ones, which is kidneys through urine, or secondary, which is your mucosal tissue through excrement or vomiting, then it is going to be expelled out through skin. So what is very characteristic to most of those patented toxins? They come out through skin. Now, one of the reasons is because there is not enough plasma in the body. Blood is dehydrated. Again, thick blood is not polycythemia. Polycythemia is so-called disease or disorder, as they are teaching us in the school of medicine, does not exist. Because it's logical, if you have a blood that is well hydrated, then in cubic inch or cubic centimeter you'll have certain amount of blood cells and certain amount of plasma. If you have dehydrated blood, you will have less plasma in the blood, so you will have more blood cells in a cubic inch or centimeter. I mean, you don't have to be freaking nuclear scientist to figure this one out. But obviously for doctors, this is worse than nuclear science. This is something that they can put together. So when you have dehydrated blood, you cannot detoxify through kidney because kidney wastes too much plasma. Usually, then blood toxicity increases, so you will eliminate through excrement, diarrhea. But again, if you are very low on plasma, you are going to be eliminating through skin. And you start having problems on the skin, inflammations, rashes, and actual formation of bubbles, which are full of toxic liquid that body is throwing out. And here we are, measles. Simple as that. And there are many other, okay, so-called different toxin, affects mostly not so much skin, but mucosal tissue, and we call it herpes. And if it appears on the skin, we call it shingles. But it's toxin that body is eliminating. Now, we got a jab, everybody, so they don't get this. Well, they are really toxic. Now, this measles, herpes, all these viruses, they are patented. So how did they get into the body? Why do you think they are jabbing little children? Why do you think they're sticking needles into babies? To insert poisons. Now question, how come that the baby right away doesn't blow up? Well, because baby is not overly toxic and it is still pretty well hydrated. So some of it will come out through urine. The density of toxin will come down a little bit. And since body does not want to waste too much plasma, it is going to stick it in a tissue, usually subcutaneous, so it is not in the blood, because When it's in the blood, it serves as a resistor, and since blood is the provider of energy, the resistors will impede this movement of energy. It's like the dimmer switches that you, and light goes down because electricity doesn't flow. So children may not show it, but many will. So when I got a jab, I immediately got mumps. I was jabbed against it. I immediately got it. 2 weeks later. Of course, then doctor says, oh, you see, if you would not have been protected, you know how bad it would get. If I would not have been protected, I would not get it. And this is very obvious with measles. Because even now they are saying, well, grown-ups should be vaccinated also. But if they were born before 1957, they don't have to be, because most likely they already had it, and body has its own natural immunity. So now they will not get it. How stupid is this? Well, the vaccination against measles started in 1957. So if you were born before, you did not get the poison, and now as you are older and you're becoming toxic, and more toxic you are, lower on voltage you are going to get. When you are low on voltage, your immunity is down, because immunity is voltage, nothing else. Voltage controls the stability of vibration of your cells, of your organs, of your body. Frequency. And if voltage drops, the vibration can be easier acted upon and shifted. When vibration of our cells shift, then our processors show it to us as our reality, something changed in the body. You either have infection, or you have a pain, or you have a cyst, or something has happened, because when frequency shifts, this is how it is supposed to be manifest. So, if you are younger, or if you have been born in 1955, like me, or earlier, you're not going to come up with measles. Even if you go where the children are infected, men are infected, and they are physically showing now this virus, supposed virus, they broke up with this disease, you will not get it. But if you have been jabbed with this after 1957, so 58, 59, well, most likely you got it. And now it is in you. Now again, we are talking about vibration. So when you explode with the disease because your voltage came down, you vibrate in this frequency. And when somebody comes that also has the same vibrational field in their body that they have received through protective jabs, most likely, closer you get, because auric field vibrates with the vibration of your body. And if you vibrate with accentuated vibration of measles toxin, and you do have this toxin in your body, when you come close to this vibration, it's going to start resonating, and it's going to start coming up, and you get the same disease, highly transmittable. It all depends how many jabbed people are in the vicinity. Those who have not been jabbed will not resonate and will not get this frequent disease. Now this is very difficult for doctors to get, because we are being drilled with lying information. There are hundreds of studies that have been done trying to transmit disease from one to another that will create the same symptom. Using a spit, even using the blood, it was not possible to do. But if you have the same poison jet into your body, and if you make it resonate, if you make the whole body resonate with it, it's like a big transmitter, then it is going to, and if your voltage is down, lower your voltage, more toxic you are, which means older or with many diseases, otherwise many symptoms, most likely you are going to also start resonating, because that frequency is going to start moving and offsetting frequency of your body. And this is a process of how infectious diseases spread. It's not through spit, it's not through air flying, or through handshake, touching, it's vibration. And why do not all people receive it? Well, not all people have the poison, and also not all people have low voltage. What brings the voltage down the most is fear, because the brain gets overly active and sucks the voltage from the body, sucks the energy. So now you go into frenzical fear of, oh, two people are having this terrible disease, I'm going to get it, and so fear goes down. You can be on telephone with them and you're going to get it, because you're going to catch the freaking vibration. So understanding things correctly is very important, and it would be really great if someone that knows the truth or listens to this video and has a contact with Mr. Robert F. Kennedy, alerts him to truth. No vaccination. You vaccinate, you spread disease. This is known. This is how AIDS was spread to Africa. Through doctors trying to help, vaccinating children, they were spreading the disease, not knowingly. Of course, the World Health Organization knew about it, those who designed the whole process. They know about it. This is why Bill Gates and Melinda Gates got hanged in India after they were protecting Indian children from polio. And then, I don't know, 800,000 children come down with polio after vaccination. So, unfortunately, everything we are told is lie. Being in the school, being in television, being in the newspapers, being in movies, because everything is controlled by Kabbalah. And they feed us lies constantly. So we don't know truth. Only what we know is lie. And hopefully somebody gets saved learning the truth. Everybody who has been jabbed should go through self-healer's protocol. Very simple, because you don't need any doctor, you don't need any medication, because bodies are designed perfect to self-cleanse and self-heal. But they cannot do it when everything what we do is undermining this process, either by shying away from salt. Without salt you cannot create plasma, or shying away from meat, because meat will give you minerals, and shying away from wrong food that's poisoning you and drawing energy out of you instead of giving you energy. And then implant fear, you put this together, and then when you feel bad, you go to a doctor that was indoctrinated by Kabbalah. Every doctor is indoctrinated by Kabbalah, because all the books, all the medical books, are the same. It's a globalist stuff. So it doesn't matter if you are studying in New York City, if you are studying in Zagreb, Croatia, or somewhere, I don't know, in Singapore, you are going to be learning from the same books. Because the line has to kind of be synchronized, same as you are listening to a major media news, and it doesn't matter where you listen to it, you'll hear exactly the same narrative, like the parrots, because all the information that comes from Kabbalah is uniformly spread through the planet, and this is why uniformly, all of a sudden, pandemic occurs everywhere. It's a pandemic, it's not pandemic, it's pandemic. It's a planned chaos, nothing more. And if you treat your body correctly, if you feed it correctly, and you give it enough plasma in surplus, because now it has to cleanse, you will cleanse, and you will even cleanse these things out, even from the COVID jabs. But you have to do this, and you have to keep on it, because I don't know how long you have to keep cleansing before everything is out. I know that relief comes fairly quickly, but I don't know how long you have to continue with this to clean 100%. So, my dogs are bored, I guess. But we are going along and learning, because everything we know is lies, so now we have to start learning the truth. And truth is so, well, it's a mirror, 180% different from what we have been told. So it's like 180-degree turn. So it's very hard for a human brain to believe. It has to synoptically readjust. And for many people this is hard, especially for people with diplomas, because they have been drilled the most. And well, we are taking down the system by showing the truth. And please, if you live in the area where so-called pandemic is spreading, don't be afraid. If you have been jabbed as a child, you most likely have this in you, which can get activated if you come close to someone who is already fully vibrating with this frequency. But you can simply drink a lot of plasma, urinate a lot, have plenty of diarrhea, hydrate, eat correctly, so hydration can go into cellular structure, so you don't block the cells, so no veggies, they're all toxic. And you are going to cleanse like a baby. And the orchestrators of these cows, they know it. This is why they tell you stories about keep away from salt, that's a bad. Keep away from meat, that's a bad. Eat veggies, yeah, a lot of veggies, everything is in veggies. Everything is contrary to the truth. Just so you get sick, and then you go for help, and they finish. That's it. Chronic disease doesn't exist in nature. It only exists in domestic animals and humans, because we are being treated by indoctrinated experts. And they think that they help. When I started working as a vet, I thought I was helping. But luckily I got this solution, and I left the field and aired my brain out a little bit for 10 years or so before I went back into research to see what the heck is going on in medicine. Discovering that medicine is not medicine, it's medicine. And doctors are not healers. They are the wheel makers. Anyway, my friends, so here we are. Do not jab yourself. It's not protection. It is where the disease comes from. Every so-called virus is patented. It's created as a biological weapon, biopoison. Thank you for listening. God bless us all. Namaste. I love you.